This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, April the 16th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Happy Easter. This is Easter Sunday. The Alabama Drought Monitor showed that we have really recovered from the exceptional and extreme droughts. However, we're still dealing with severe drought, and unfortunately, with a week of no rain, looks like the drought conditions will be worsening slightly. The satellite image this morning features some clouds, much like we saw yesterday morning, mostly mid and high clouds across the area, so some filtered sunshine today. Frontal system stays off to our north today. It'll sag a little bit closer, and as it does, of course, this southerly flow around the high-pressure system will increase our moisture. In the upper atmosphere, we're still dealing with basically a weak ridge, but those traveling weather systems across the Great Lakes are beating that ridge down. Temperatures this morning very mild, as most locations in central Alabama, generally in the 50s, generally the mid and upper 50s. Birmingham 61 for a bit of a warm spot, and it's even warmer in the Tennessee Valley counties up there too. Radar showing a little bit of some echoes across the Nashville area and up into Kentucky, but the main weather back with the front. QPF-wise, we're going to be dealing with some rain on Monday and Tuesday, maybe extending into Wednesday, but pretty isolated, I think, by Wednesday. And it looks like the gradient is going to stay there with nearly no rain across the south part of Alabama, and with rainfall amounts approaching about 1 inch across the Tennessee River Valley. Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk from just the vicinity of Lubbock across the western sections and northern sections of Oklahoma into southwestern Missouri for day one. Day two, there's no forecast for severe, just a small marginal over northwestern Nebraska and southwestern North Dakota. Over day three, we see a marginal risk over the southern part of Nebraska primarily. And then actually on day four, we have what would be equivalent to a slight risk over parts of Nebraska and northern Missouri. All right, the 06 GFS model run this morning. There's the surface high over the Atlantic, bringing good moisture up into the area, and the GFS suggesting some showers are possible. And I think with the heating of the day, we may see an isolated shower or two, especially along the Alabama-Mississippi line and over into Mississippi. The upper air pattern on Monday, we have a couple of little wiggles coming through the flow, but I don't think they're too terribly strong. The main feature is going to be this front that is going to be sagging down into the Tennessee River Valley on Monday. And with moisture increasing and the heating of the day, it looks like we'll see some showers around on Monday. The ridge pattern begins to build back on Tuesday, but with the front parallel to the upper flow, it's not going anywhere, so it just stays across the southeastern U.S. And with all the moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, afternoon heating, it looks like Tuesday may be the better day for some showers. But once again, even Monday and Tuesday, not all of us getting wet. We see the ridge is getting stronger on Wednesday. However, the GFS is keeping that frontal boundary, keeping some evidence of that frontal boundary in the area. So we may have to include a small percentage, like maybe 20% on Wednesday. The upper ridge gets beaten down Thursday as we have a pretty strong system moving through the Great Lakes. And that system, that upper system, helping to produce a surface low over southern Lake Michigan, with a front trailing down into Arkansas on Thursday. The upper system moves quickly to the eastern Great Lakes on Friday, but in the meantime, another system digs in from northwest U.S. into the Texas Panhandle on Friday, and that's the system that begins to complicate matters. The GFS is now suggesting there may be some chances for rain on Friday, as the front is dragged into the southeastern U.S. by the system over the eastern Great Lakes, and then trailing back into the next system over the Texas Panhandle. The Texas Panhandle system moves out into southwestern Missouri on Saturday, and the GFS is suggesting that surface low is likely to develop over northern Louisiana on Saturday. And you can see, of course, the front in the area. So it looks like Saturday could be a little wetter than what we've been forecasting so far, although I'm not ready to jump on this because when you take a look at the European is much further north with the low. Instead of northern Louisiana, it's over central Missouri. and it's got the warm front essentially back up across the Ohio River Valley. So pretty big model differences mean we don't have a lot of confidence in the forecast just yet. The system Sunday is slow to move across the Mid-South area. So it looks like right now, Sunday will be the wettest day, especially maybe Saturday night and into the first half of Sunday through about noon. The GFS suggesting a surface low over about Muscle Shoals, Huntsville area. And the European, I don't have the map for that, but the European was much further north, but showing a pretty good day for wet weather on Sunday. Looking out into voodoo country, we see that yesterday the GFS was suggesting a pretty chilly-looking pattern with good northwesterly flow coming out of south central Canada. Now it's coming out of the northern U.S., so it's not nearly as chilly as it looked. It looks like a stormy day around the 25th. That moves on very quickly as we have a very fast pattern, and we see an upper ridge, which means we should have at least one dry day around the 27th. But then another big system digs in around the 29th. So it's, wow, just every 2 days we're getting something new. And then finally out at the end of the period, the GFS is humongously bullish on a very big ridge over the Mississippi River Valley with a very deep trough and a closed low over Southern California. But you know how it is. It's voodoo country. We'll see how that works out tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. James Spann should be back in the saddle with the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, I had a great time at Muttstrut yesterday down at UAB on the green down there. Enjoyed seeing all the dogs and their owners, and it was just a lot of fun. Hope that you have a great Easter Sunday. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Godspeed.